Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa, that made it to bear that name, Giant of Africa. It has many eligible and educated youths which make up more than 60% of the country's population. But why is the youths not into politics and the administration of the country's governance? In this video we are going to discuss the reason for this and also the solution to it, which has been recently discovered. Stay tuned. Despite growing evidence of youth activism and mobilization, Nigerian youths have yet to achieve the level of inclusion required to gain representation in politics. Leadership deficits, money politics, poor internal democracy among the older parties and an absence of a strategic political agenda pose ongoing barriers to young people playing a role in national development. Africa's political history is not complete without appreciating the roles that youths played in achieving their country's independence. In the years leading to independence, youths were the driving force behind the nationalist activities that led to the dismantling and eventual overthrow of colonialism and the colonial masters. Despite this, the role of youths in African politics has received less than commensurate attention in studies on democratization. Please, if you are getting value from our video, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon, so that you will not miss any of our videos. Is free of charge. It also encourages us you are getting value from our videos. In the years after independence, particularly during the military era, young people opposed and fought gallantly against the profligacy and high-handedness of the military regimes of Yakubu Gowon and Olusegun Obasanjo, and during the brutal and inglorious regimes of Ibrahim Babangida and Sani Abacha. In the 1980s and 1990s, an entire generation of youth and student organizations formed under umbrella organizations such as the National Association of Nigerian Students, the Campaign for Democracy, the Civil Liberties Organization and the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights. These took the struggle to the streets of major cities across the country. Despite the track record of older generation youths, Nigerian politics is fast becoming the exclusive preserve of the older politicians, as seen from the constant recycling of government officials, especially those in their 60s. Recently some are even 90. For many years, particularly after the country's return to democratic governance in 1999, youths were at best seen as supporters, mobilizers or political foot soldiers hired to instigate violence, manipulate elections, and intimidate opposing parties. While this image is not completely the fault of the older generation, these groups enjoyed the idea of youths as political mercenaries rather than competitors. With the signing into law of the Not Too Young to Run bill, in 2019, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, this trend seems to be changing as youths are beginning to see the importance of their role in governance. The bill was part of the advocacy role of YAGA Africa, the Youth Initiative for Advocacy, Growth, and Advancement, and the Not Too Young to Run movement, which opened up the space to increased youth participation. Among other changes to the electoral law, it reduced the age for presidential candidates from 40 to 35 and for House of Representatives candidates from 30 to 25 years. As a result of the bill, there is a positive trend in youth participation, with youth candidacy increasing from 21% in 2015 to 34.2% in the 2019 elections. Despite these changes, the number of youths aged 18-29, based on the youth definition given by the National Youth Policy Organization, voted into elective positions in Nigeria is less than 1%. Further, there are no youth in the new cabinet formed by President Buhari, and neither is there a youth in the National Assembly. This is despite youths making up over 67% of registered voters, on average, which means that whoever they decide to vote for is sure of winning the election. Poor funding and high costs of nomination forms for various offices remain a major obstacle to youth representation in politics. In the run-up to the 2019 general election, the cost of nomination forms was as high as 45 million naira, $125,000 for presidential aspirants, 22.5 million, $60,000 for governorship aspirants, 7 million, $19,000 for the Senate, and 3.8 million, $10,500 for the House of Representatives. Few Nigerian youths are financially buoyant to pay these sums, and, since donors and godfathers usually prefer older men whom they believe have the chances of winning, young people are naturally disenfranchised. Thus, while in theory they are not too young to run, in practice, the youth find themselves too poor to run and in a dilemma of how to mobilize sufficient funds to be eligible for representation. With a rapidly expanding population, the future of Africa in general, and Nigeria, in particular, belongs to the youth, who have a vital role to play in national development. The onus therefore rests on African leaders to ensure that young people are given the pride of place in African politics. It is time for Nigerian youth to rise. Let's put an end to bad governance and youth negligence in our country. Like Herbert Macaulay, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo, H.O. Davies, Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello, and Samuel Akintola, among many others, in their 20s and 30s put an end to colony and brought independence to our country. Also, AS youth fought against military governance of Yakubu Gowon, Ibrahim Babangida, and others, which led to democracy. The problem of insufficient fund and lack of nomination has been settled through the establishment of a political party, Youth Democratic Party of Nigeria, YDPN, solely by youths, as a Facebook group which now have its branches in all the 36 states in Nigeria. Be a part of this movement, just like Nigerian Youth Movement, NYM, which was the first political party in Nigeria, the Nigeria National Democratic Party, NNDP, and the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC, which are organized by youths to gain independence. If you are a Nigerian youth and you want to be a part of this movement, comment below to be added. Let's put an end to bad governance. Share this video and make sure every Nigerian youth watch it. Let them know their importance and capability in Nigeria. Together we can make a change for our future and that of our children. It's time to take action and make a change once more. YDPN. We move.